Welcome to your Friday afternoon, Friday evening. We got showers around, but storms to our west and still the threat of severe weather. I'll break it all down for you in your weather forecast for this evening, tonight, and your weekend in minutes.
All right, Andrew, also first at 4, the White House Coronavirus Task Force holds its first public briefing in months. What they're saying today about the recent surge in COVID-19 cases. Paula.
We're going to take you to just outside an ICU unit where a COVID survivor takes a bride. And here is fair warning. Get your tissues now. Get them right now. These stories and more happening right now on Local 4, First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we are tracking some severe weather, and it's in parts of western Michigan. Now, this is the radar right now. Meteorologist Andrew Humphrey is tracking everything very closely for us. What's the latest?
Well, Karen, thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. We've got mostly cloudy skies overhead, run-of-the-mill showers right here in southeast Michigan, but as Karen alluded to, just off to our west, we have much nastier weather. Here's a look at Storm Tracker 4 up close and personal. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit closer here on southeast Michigan. Right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, still warm with temps in the 80s. The showers we're getting right now are light to moderate. Lightning tracker is also turned on. Fortunately, no lightning associated with this. But from Ann Arbor south through Monroe County, we're just seeing light to moderate rain, including around Dundee, Ida, about to move into the city of Monroe. Out to our west, that's where we're looking at heavier, nastier storms. Back toward Chicago, also in parts of Wisconsin. This is yet to track to the south and east, but it certainly will move through the area as we get later on into this evening. So what does that mean for you as we go over the next few hours? Well, between now and 8 p.m., we'll still have some of these showers. Light to moderate with only some lightning. The heaviest rain, the strongest storms, they are slated for 8 p.m. and afterward up until midnight, and we'll still have some scattered storms around as we get closer to the midnight hour. Currently, we have warm conditions, and we still have a slight to enhanced threat of strong to severe storms before this evening is over, mainly after 8 p.m. and up until about midnight. Temperatures will fall afterward, and we'll talk about how high those temperatures rise over your weekend and whether or not the storms get heavier again over the weekend as well. Now, you can track all these storms yourself with the Local Forecasters app, so you can download it now. It is faster, easier, accurate, and has the very latest, not only for severe weather, the potential like tonight, but also through your weekend. Karen?
All right, thank you, Andrew. Now, to the latest on the battle against coronavirus here in Michigan. Today, the state reports 389 new cases and 2 deaths. That brings the total number of confirmed cases to nearly 63,000, with more than 5,800 deaths. At least 63 cases are being directly connected to that outbreak of COVID-19 at Harper's Bar in East Lansing. There's also been a flare-up of cases in rural West Michigan. In Oceana County, there's been a 200% increase in cases this week compared to last. According to new data from COVID Act Now, the state is no longer on track to contain the virus. The White House Coronavirus Task Force held a public briefing for the first time in nearly 2 months today, and this comes after a recent surge in new infections across the country. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with the latest. And Kim, states like Florida and Texas are reporting stunning new records.
Yes, they are. And Karen, good afternoon to you. New numbers today show the U.S. hit an all-time high of 40,000 coronavirus cases in a single day. The situation becoming so dire, some states have announced new restrictions to help slow the surge. Today, the state of Florida suspending alcohol consumption at bars after a new record of nearly 9,000 new cases. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott signed an executive order limiting scaling back in restaurant dining and forced bars to close by noon today. And we've learned half the country's new cases are in Americans under the age of 35. The U.S. has now recorded nearly 2.5 million cases and more than 125,000 deaths. Health officials say there's still work to be done to stop the spread.
But the thing that you really need to realize that when you do that, you are part of a process. So if you get infected, you will infect someone else who clearly will infect someone else. We know that happens because the reproduction element of the virus is not less than 1. So people are infecting other people. And then ultimately you will infect someone who's vulnerable.
Vice President Mike Pence says he will visit Texas, Arizona, and Florida beginning next week. Meanwhile, the vice president also declined to urge all Americans to wear masks, as his own experts strongly advise. Karen will have more on the news at 5. Until then, let's send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Kim. The pandemic did not stop thousands from taking part in the Jobby Nooner boat party. This was the Sky 4 over the area this afternoon near Gull Island and Lake St. Clair. Many thought the boat party would be canceled because of the pandemic. Instead, organizers kept the event going, celebrating its 46th year. One person is dead after a truck goes airborne and slams into a home in Sterling Heights. This is video from the scene on Hanks Road in the area of 19 Mile and Mound. You can see the west side of the house was completely torn apart. Police tell us the truck was speeding, hit a median, and then launched several feet into the air before hitting that house. One of the homeowners was inside. Thankfully, she was in another room and was not hurt. Royal Oak police are investigating an early morning home invasion. Resident confronted a burglar after waking up to strange noises. This happened in the area of South Laurel and 6th. The burglar immediately ran. The victim called 911, and police found blood throughout that home. Didn't take long for cops to track down that suspect and make an arrest. Police say the burglar was intoxicated and had several cuts from climbing through a basement window. All right, like Paula said earlier, grab a box of tissue and settle in for our next story. Happening right now, nuptials are being held just outside of the ICU at Royal Oak Beaumont. Paula Tutman takes us to a wedding where a survivor of the virus has asked the doctors and the nurses who saved him to be part of the wedding party.
It may not be the wedding many people dream of, but then again, it just might if you spent nearly 2 months at death's door fighting COVID-19. Before contracting COVID, Avery Garcia was a strapping, healthy EMT for an ambulance company.
We happened to go to a nursing home, and it was known that there was COVID patients present in the nursing home. I wore my N95 mask. I followed all the precautions, did all the hand washing. But being locked in a metal box with patients, sometimes you just can't help but get some of the virus in you.
Because of his medical training, he knew what it was when it hit him. His girlfriend Juliana also knew, as the two of them got sicker together, and then Avery outpaced her as he began drowning inside his own body.
I had them show me one of my earlier x-rays of my lung. And normally you can see the shape of the lungs. You see the black, where there's air in the lungs. My x-ray was completely white. There was literally no air in my lungs.
But the staff at Royal Oak Beaumont kept at it, kept going, kept him alive. Through her own unhospitalized fight, Juliana was also his personal warrior.
Oxygen saturation, once it gets to a lower percentage, you might be okay, but you can't guarantee you'll be okay. So we're talking about brain damage, nerve damage.
So for me to go so far close to death, I crashed against death's door. I didn't knock on it. I left a dent. So for me to be perfectly healthy, 37 years old, I don't know if anybody needs to still hear it after everything they hear. But please, keep the social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, and keep each other safe.
Incredibly, remarkably, when Avery came to, he knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Here's a woman who has followed me all the way until I'm laying at death's door. And she never flinched away. She never looked at me as a burden. And on top of that, give me all the support and all the love that a man could ever ask for. I would be a fool not to marry this beautiful woman. I could vow to be with you for sickness or health, but you've already done it for me. How could I not?
And because doctors and nurses have suffered so much loss themselves, he wanted his to see one who made it out, one taking his next big steps in life. And so today, this. Was I right? Did you need a tissue for that one? How about this? Beaumont chef made the cake, the wedding cake. The staffers actually were the wedding planners. And you can see that Avery is still wearing that nasal cannula. So, of course, it won't be a wild and crazy honeymoon. They'll just have a staycay, watch movies. And, of course, the greatest gift is is for him to have a full recovery. Karen, that is the way to end the week. Dropping the mic here.
I agree. Drop the mic for sure. I mean, his story's remarkable. The love story's remarkable. And obviously, the folks over at Beaumont saving his life, which is what a wonderful story. We appreciate it. Thank you, Paula. Still to come, First and Four, a new partnership has stocks soaring this afternoon for one clothing retailer. We'll tell you everything you need to know about the company's new collaboration with Kanye West. Plus, the soccer stadium is transformed into a drive-in theater. Find out where it is and how it helps some cope with